It's about 5 a.m. right now, and I haven't been able to sleep for the past 2 hours or so. I'm not sure why, but my brain's been really active recently, and yeah, I decided, why not use this time to make a video. This video is gonna have a little bit of cuts just to combine everything together whenever I do too long of a pause, or if I just don't make any sense. But the topic that I do want to discuss today is an INTJ and our need to improve. Recently, I just moved to the Big Apple, New York City. I am originally from the West Coast of America, spent most of my life there. And yeah, I lived a relatively good adult life, made decent money, had my own place, didn't really struggle financially anymore. As a child, my family struggled a lot, but I ended up getting out of it. It was a very difficult cycle to break, but I eventually broke it because of my sheer determination and also because as an INTJ, we have a fear of failure and a fear of losing control. And the funny thing about us is that we're different from, let's say, most of the INFPs that I know. When they experience failure, they stop doing it. They don't enjoy working on something if they continuously fail on it. However, as an INTJ, we're a little different. Whenever our mind is set on something, we really will do whatever it takes in order to get that goal accomplished. And at a younger age, I just didn't want to be poor anymore. Something that I've noticed after talking to a lot of people in my social network and just people that I meet in general is that as an INTJ, there is a constant need to improve. And the thing is that it's not even second nature. It's honestly, I believe it's first nature. It's not necessarily that we want to improve to make our lives better. It's just we need to improve. We need to keep going. There's just a path for us. We know there's a path for us, and we're just going to keep going towards it. Jay-Z, a very famous INTJ, in one of his lyrics, straight up said, "I'd rather live enormous than die dormant." And I understood that, like I think the majority of the public understands that, but I don't think they understand what the implication of that means. That means that you're willing to uproot your life to chase a dream that or a goal that you set for yourself. And as an INTJ, that's something that I feel that we continuously do. To most people, it doesn't really seem like that. I have a friend of mine, and I've known her since I was 15 years old. So about 2 decades now, actually. She gave me one of the best compliments in my life a few years ago. And she said that ever since she's known me, she's always been at all the things I've ever accomplished because in her eyes, I have consistently kept accomplishing different tasks and different goals that seemingly looks as if it's out of reach. It's interesting to hear that I'm causing that type of uh, image, or I'm creating that image, or eliciting that certain emotion from someone that I hold so dearly that I'm not even trying to elicit that emotion. Yeah, no, it's just wild being an INTJ. Like having to just feel like we need to better ourselves to keep improving. One of the biggest shock that I believe I sent through my circle of network is leaving my cushy job. Something that I've spent years, decades working on. I graduated college when I was 27 years old. I went to the military so I could get the GI Bill so I could pay for college without going to debt because I grew up watching people just struggle in debt and I never wanted to live that way. So there I was spending 27 years of my life to accomplish a single goal, which is to get a college degree so that I could get a corporate job and kind of just coast throughout the rest of my life. And then about a few years into that, I realized this isn't something that I want to do. And also, I realized that because I started getting bored. I felt like I reached a plateau that there wasn't a way for me to keep improving anymore because it's essentially doing the exact same thing with different people or a larger scale. And it got boring, got repetitive, and honestly, it wasn't fun anymore. So here I am as a independent, educated male with years of knowledge, life experience, and without children. What should I do with my life? So I moved to New York. And I'm not even sure what I want to do anymore. I came here because originally I was like, okay, I am a small fish in a medium pond back at home. Then I moved to a smaller city and I thought to myself, I am a big fish in a small pond. Let's see how it would do if I'm a small fish in a large pond. New York City, one of the biggest cities in the world, right? It's cutthroat. Everyone's here for a reason. People come and go all the time. But there's a commonality, which is go hard or go home. And I get here, and one of the first things that I decided to do was eject myself from that situation. I'm not really in that pond anymore. Now I'm in something completely different. Like social media, this is my primary focus at this point. I don't know why it became my primary focus, and I don't know how I came to this conclusion. Because as an INTJ, you guys should all know, I don't really like the spotlight, but I've been thinking about it recently, and as with any type of decision that you make, there's multiple different reasons behind why you make a conscious decision. Um, First and foremost, it's something new. It's something that I haven't done before. It's something that I know I'm bad at, being myself, being vulnerable, talking to a lot of people, and just creating something. No, not creating something, like just being vulnerable online. Being vulnerable in general is huge for me. The second thing is the moment I found out about the Myers-Briggs community, or the moment that I started paying attention to the Myers-Briggs community, was the moment I truly found a community that understood me. Reading about reading a list, or reading online the description of an INTJ when I was a lost military veteran going through life, going to school with kids that were a decade younger than me, also hanging out with people who are about a decade into their careers at that point, I was in a weird spot. So when I started looking into Myers Briggs, then it started making sense. Like, okay, it's not that I can't relate to them because of age gap or experience gap or anything. It's just like I'm just wired differently. And yeah, no, it's nice to have found a community that understands the things that I go through or my thought process, and I kind of just want to give back to this community. I'm not sure where I'm getting at this point. I'm just kind of rambling on, but I don't know if it's just a me thing. I don't know if it's an INTJ thing, but I do know that as an INTJ, there's always this need to improve, and here I am trying to improve, and I'm not even sure what I'm trying to improve at this point anymore, but I'm trying it. One of my favorite content creator when it comes down to Myers Briggs is Frank James, and he's huge, right? He has over 1 million subscribers, and I remember when I decided that this is the route I wanted to kind of transverse, not transverse, but route that I wanted to try. And I wasn't getting traction like the first month. I was shocked. I was like, man, I'm horrible at this. There's no way I will ever get to his level. Like I'm not trying to compete with him, but having some type of gauge of, hey, this is where I could be, it always motivates me. And then I watched his very first video. Frank James's very first video was about him, New Year's Eve, and his depression. This dude just opened up to the world, and look at him now. He went from talking about his depression, about how his life is, to who he is now. Like every video they puts out, I mean, regardless of it, whether it's a banger or not, it has so many views, and people watch him religiously, like people like myself. And in terms of like INTJ videos, like Lijo, Lindsay, I love her videos. She's one of the people that actually got me really into Myers Briggs. Her content is very INTJ, to say the least. I've learned a lot from her. I do aspire to be to someone as she was to me, someone to explain certain thought process or how I operated, and also someone where just by watching their videos, I felt like I was being heard. Guys, I have no idea how long I'll be doing this, but as of right now, I'm still having fun. I created this transcript of this video about cognitive functions, and it's my pride and joy. I can't wait to debut it, but the thing is, I'm not sure how to make that video at this moment. Just making a regular video that I've been doing, recording me or taking stock images and making a video, it won't do that script justice. I've been searching online to pay someone to help me make this video, and regardless of whether that video does well or not, I'm just so excited to debut it whenever it's ready. But yeah, it'll be my pride and joy. It's wild, by the way. I just hit 300 subscribers. That's something that honestly I didn't think I was gonna be able to achieve. My first 2 months, I think I've only had like 30 different subscribers, and then now like the channel is like picking up momentum. It's crazy to see the numbers go up on a daily basis or a weekly basis, and knowing and seeing everyone's comment. If you're watching this video and you're one of the persons that left a comment, thank you. It matters a lot to me hearing some type of feedback because I feel like I'm just throwing shit out in the wind right now. I'm not really sure if it's connecting with anyone, but I'm getting all these comments, and regardless of whether it's good or bad, like it's nice. It's nice to receive them. Like the bad ones feel shitty, you know, but there's always truth to that. So I can't just discard it. Right now, I have about 18 different transcripts for a bunch of videos that I plan on making, but they just don't feel right yet. They it's not a perfectionist thing. It's just they don't feel complete. I feel like I'm missing something in those videos, and I don't want to put out a video that I don't think the audience, you guys, are gonna enjoy. Because one of the things that I've learned working in marketing that has the biggest thing that I learned in marketing, the biggest thing that I learned from working at Amazon is to be very, very customer obsessed, right? And in social media or in this, it's the audience, it's you guys. And I don't want to put out a video that I don't think the audience, you guys, will enjoy. Like, I don't want to, I feel like a sellout, you know? And I'm not saying anyone that does that is a sellout because there's a lot of reasons for a person to put out a video, but if it doesn't feel good enough for me, then I don't think it will be received really well. And if it doesn't get received really well, then why would you guys keep coming back and watch my videos? Like, it's an honor. It really is an honor to know that I'm making videos that are 8 minutes long. I think 12 minutes is the longest videos I've made so far. Or, my like INTJ video in 4 minutes. That video is a 3 minute and 43-second video, I believe. And it has over 500 hours watched. That's ridiculous to me. I, it's ridiculous to know that I could put something out there and people are gonna watch it, and I feel so thankful. I feel so grateful that I have this opportunity, and yeah, it's just wild, Like there's no other way of explaining it. It's just wild. Um, just thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for if this is your first time watching. I hope you enjoy my future content. If you're someone who subscribed since, let's say, like day one or subscribed previous to this video and watched multiple videos, thank you for watching those. It means a lot to me personally. Even if I'm not helping you, I wish to be some form of entertainment. And if I'm not entertaining, I hope to be educational. If I'm not educational, I hope to be just that background noise that you have whenever you're studying, whenever you're playing video games, whenever you're just bored, Because I know I seek that, and it's it's interesting to know that I'm that for certain people. I'm not sure what else I want to say. Just thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching my videos. Thank you for leaving me supportive comments. And thank you for showing me all the love and support. Even though INTJs have our code in exteriors, if you're an INTJ, you know how sensitive we are. So it really means a lot whenever I hear some type of support from you. And please call me out on my bullshit whenever I speak about something that you honestly don't believe that I know anything about. Most of these videos are from personal experience. And if this is the last video you watch of mine in 2022, just happy holidays, stay safe, take care of your loved ones, and most importantly, take care of yourself. Thank you, everyone. Bye.